Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to ask this question: can we trust this pump? And what a pump it has been. Bitcoin has been soaring. Altcoins, or some altcoins, have been soaring also. We're going to take a look at that, the charts, and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read them and respond. So let's jump over to the Bitcoin charts and ask, can we trust this pump? Well, I've only been saying here for many weeks that we had the hash ribbons buy signal back on March 24th, so now over for a month. I have been sharing that I felt that it would be a good time historically to accumulate. We had the stochastic RSI that broke through, a week ago. And I shared that this historically was a buy signal and that I was buying there as well. And we have the Gaussian channel. When Bitcoin historically has come down in a bull run and touched the Gaussian channel, that it has been a good time to buy. And everything that I have shared has turned out to be 100% accurate here. And those that took the trade are in the money. You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to risk it to get the biscuit. And those that risked it have gotten the biscuit. If you don't buy the dips, you don't deserve the rips, okay? And of course, there was many times there it was down around, we had many months there, a couple of months to accumulate here, which I did, and I share these trades openly on YouTube and as well in the Discord whenever Bitcoin got down to the Tribal Trades trend line, one line to rule them all. There we are. I have made buys at all these touches of the Tribal Trades trend line. I also had buys at the 50-week moving average and at the 50 EMA on the weekly, as I openly disclosed. And those have turned out to be absolutely fantastic entries. When we broke the other Tribal Trades trend line here, we were off to the races, and I shared we wanted to see a weekly close above that level. And if we did, and you can go back and watch my video on Saturday, even on Friday or any of the days, that if we saw a weekly close above that, we got that weekly close above that, and look what has happened since then. And I did share, I felt that we would see similar price action to over here, what we saw back in November. We would see big weekly candles, and we could be back at our all-time high within just a few weeks. And that's exactly what's happening. There we go with that. We're seeing a reverse of what happened to the downside now, but to the upside, off we go. And what we're seeing is a bit of a short squeeze. If you don't know what a short squeeze is in trading, you might have to Google that. There will be something to learn. I've covered that a lot on this channel. Okay, so can we trust this pump? Well, here's the question. We haven't seen what we need to see, because we've seen this before where these big pumps come up and we get one tweet to rule them all, crushes our hopes and dreams, and we go back down to Hades, and this pump goes the wrong way there. Okay, we have to lift some of these up here. We've seen some great moves there. And so what are we looking for? The 200-day moving average. This is it here. This is what we need to close above. Currently it's 88,600. It's moved, and it's moving, of course, as price is moving. These moving averages, that's why they're called the moving averages. And so Sunday, now of course by Sunday we could be all the way up to 99 and 100 with very little chance of us having any kind of a close below this level. And of course, I've front run this based on these other buy signals. So even if for some reason we do come back and close below here, below the 200-day moving average, I've already taken profits on most of my positions already as this pump has been going up, okay? So the way that I've played it has just been very simple, that, I am trusting this pump, number one, because I've got no reason not to trust it. I don't have a single reason not to trust this pump. Everything, we've made a higher high on the daily. Yesterday, we made a higher high on the weekly. I have no reason at all not to trust this pump. Now, obviously, I'd like to see a higher low on the weekly. So at some point, a pullback to the 200-day moving average, which would be quite a severe drop of 5,000 if it came back to test it, would be something that wouldn't be unexpected or unusual. So if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be alarmed. However, a close below the 200-day moving average on Sunday would be a little bit of a cause of alarm. And at that point, I would question this pump as being a little bit of a fake out, and we might get a shakedown to the downside there. But right now, nothing is showing me that at all. Now, look, if you had taken the trades from the Tribal Trades Discord, even trades from yesterday, Bitcoin, 88,000, SUI, $2.30, Ondo, 85 cents, Solana, 139, even Tau, 325. You can see now, SUI, the price that I gave, $2.30, now 286, but it reached all the way up to the 100-day moving average at 296, where I took some profits, by the way. I originally gave this trade in the Discord at $2.10 and at $2.07. And take the trades. Those who take the trades. I talked to a guy just the other day who doubled their portfolio just by the crypto plays. They work a full-time job, and literally all they do is wake up, wait for the crypto trades to drop, and take the trades, and they're up, and that's all that they've done. Of course, Tau obviously got a lot higher, but I gave 325 yesterday, and that got all the way up to 348, back to 3. Even on the pullback, you'd be up if you'd taken the trade. I should do a whole show called Take the Trade, risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so, and even the Solana trade that I gave at 140 got up to 151. Of course, the Bitcoin trade that I gave at 88 got up to, 93, 94 as well. So all these trades have played out beautifully. Even the slowest mover of them all, Ondo, the trade that I gave yesterday, what was that on Ondo? The trade that I gave yesterday on Ondo was 85 cents, and that hit our target and more. And of course, I have the Tribal Trades cheat sheet, Discord only cheat sheet, which has even more price targets to the upside if it keeps going. We have the Leverage Lounge, aka the party zone, where people are absolutely stacking up the wins there for those leverage traders. And you can leverage trade some of these crypto plays as well with small leverage, but we teach how to make money on the way up and on the way down safely using leverage. But these are spot buys here. People can use them for leverage, of course, and can leverage trade there with them. And we're seeing some incredible wins in the wins channel here. Absolutely here. A nice win here for Donut. He's absolutely crushing it. It's a $1,300 win on that trade, and a lot more, as you can see, going up here. Izzy's got some great wins. Well done, Izzy. Brett crushing it. William, Izzy again, absolutely fantastic. Some great trades. Aaron coming in with a nice 24% win, 21% there, 32%. You can just see all the wins that have been flowing in of people who are taking the trades. You take the trades, you make the trades, you have a chance to win it. You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to risk it for the biscuit. Nino back in the hunt, crushing a trade there on Tau. Some absolutely fantastic wins coming in. Okay, let's go across and look at the yellow brick road here and see what's going on. To follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And as you can see, there is liquidity building up to the downside there on the weekly time frame. A lot of people going long now, okay? And that doesn't mean that that's going to become and get got, by the way. If we look here, even on, there's a lot. We could have a short-term pullback. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we came back and tested that 200-day moving average. So just don't think we're just going to keep going up. Nothing goes up in a straight line there. You can see the 6-month time frame is the one I really want to look at. There is still built. So now we have, look around this level, we have 3 billion, 1 billion. Now we've got billions and billions of dollars of around 83. So this is all starting to build up, but we may not come in. What could possibly happen is what happened here. We went all the way down to the downside, and all this built up to the upside. Okay, so just this is showing there doesn't mean we're going to come and get it right away. We could go all the way. We could go all the way. We could go all the way back to a new all-time high for Bitcoin and wipe out all of this here while all of this builds up to the downside, and then come into a bear market and come down and get all of that liquidity to the downside. We have left this liquidity down here. There was only a little bit. They got billions and billions of dollars. They left about $10 billion down here to go up and get about probably $100 billion there. And that's was always the risk. If you're waiting for lower levels and you listen to all these people, you should have been watching this channel. Well, you are watching this channel. That's why you're smart. That's why you're making money there, and invest in yourself. That's where the Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all. You can get started today on your trading journey in the Tribal Trades Discord. There is a link below in the description. You might need to click the more button. That will pop out and you can get signed up in there. I'm also in the Stocks with Josh Discord, incredible community there. I have my own Crown Traders channel in there as well, where I share education, insight, resource, some of my trade setups, and of course entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so I would love to see you in there. Invest in yourself. The Tribal Trades Discord for the less than a cup of coffee a day, for about $1.50 a day. You could be in the Discord getting these trades and making these trades and engaging with the incredible community that is there. Believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and you will find that whatever you invest in grows. Okay, if you invest in yourself, you will grow. Okay, read books, learn skills, get better, and you will find that what you invest in grows. Absolutely fantastic. So that's what we're looking at there. So the levels we're looking for possible immediate support for Bitcoin is going to be, if any pullbacks, this 92,800 level here. We also have Fibonacci levels at around 90,000. We're back into that range that we traded in for so long, from around that November through to when we lost that range round about March. We finally lost that range, but we traded in that range for so long, and we just haven't been there for about 6 weeks. We've been outside that range. And what did I say? I felt that deviation. We spent about 6 weeks outside of this range, that 100K to 90K range. We spent about 3 weeks here and about another 3 weeks outside that range. And then that's about 6 weeks total. And we've spent about 6 weeks total. I also told you the 200 EMA on the daily in a bull run. The price does not go very far from it. It didn't go that far from it. And it doesn't stay under there for very long. Only was about 6 weeks down there, giving you an amazing opportunity to buy these dips there. And of course, the stochastic RSI. What will I be looking for selling Bitcoin? Likely when the stochastic RSI gets to this point here, where the blue line crosses below the red and crosses below 80%. You can see when that happened, Bitcoin was up around its all-time high. That's when I'll be looking at locking in some profits and looking to possibly, that could be the end of bull run as well. We're not sure. We're just going to take each day as it comes and each week as it comes there, and adjust and adapt our trading strategies as needed. And then, of course, we've got this 88,500. If Bitcoin was to come back, or unless it comes back today, each day this is going to move up. So this is going to be a bit high. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it could be up here or here by the time it comes to back test that. Remember, we do want to see at some point a higher high on the weekly, but this could get all the way up to 100,000 before we even have a proper pullback and create a lower high. So really on the daily time frame is what we more look at here, to creating a little bit of pullback, whether that comes back like it's already come back to this 92,000 but possibly back to the 100-day moving average. They're sitting around 90,000 or the 200-day moving average. Those are the moves to the downside, and most immediate to the upside there, of course. We've got a couple of Fibonacci levels there, but we've got this Fibonacci level here at 97, and that will be a crucial level, although we are finding some resistance around about that 94 to 95 level right now, which is about middle of that range, that 90 to $100,000 range. That's about middle of the range at the moment. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. And of course, until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.